Our first guest will be performing for us a stand-up comedy performance. His name is Jon. He actually sells slippers as a job, and in his free time, he likes to laugh and make others laugh. So a fun fact is that he's actually one of my first clients. A funny story is that we started working together because he needed to find a coach to train him how to MC his friend's wedding. And on the call, I asked him when was the wedding, and he told me this week. So I said, wow, you better pay me more because this seems like a no, I'm kidding, I didn't actually say that. But that's how we started working together. And what really, really amazed me is that he actually started with a fear of speaking, and right now he is doing stand-up comedy and performing stand-up comedy regularly at East Coast Comedy Club. And he is super, super funny because I've watched his set before, and I've watched other comedians before in other countries, and I always think, seriously, Jon is so much funnier. He should be here. So, without further ado, to welcome our performer for today, doing stand-up comedy for us, Jonathan Halim! Take it away, Jon.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Hi, guys. I got a wedding in another 3 weeks. I need Ray's help again. So I'm here. Why do we care about hair so much? Why? Isn't hair decorative? Why do we care about hair so much? Like, I'm not balding. Just my body being minimalist. And like, I don't know why my body don't give me head hair, but give me body hair. Like, I got chest hair, but not the whole chest. Only one strip in the middle. Like, what use is that? Sometimes just pull on it when I'm nervous, like now. I used to like want to have good hair, so I watched this YouTube video, and then this white woman, she said that if you use, what do you call that? Baking soda and vinegar, you can have good hair. So that's why I did. But she didn't specify what kind of vinegar. I used the bak chor mee vinegar. And now I look like fishball. Any couples in the house? Couples? I'm looking at you. Are you guys couple? No? Siblings? Oh. Okay, then I'll skip this joke. Yeah, so any single people in the house? Single people? Yeah, single. Yes. Both siblings single. All the best. Yeah, I'm single also, and it's a bit hard to find love nowadays. Person who's you're attached currently? Very attached. You have to teach me how. I don't know. I've been going on dates, and then it's always I do not know how to date properly, I guess. Like, I went on with a girl, first date. First question she asked, what's your horoscope sign? I was like, no, I don't believe in horoscope. He's like, why? Are you a Virgo? I was like, how do you know? Oh, Virgos usually don't believe in horoscope. Then she went on to ask another question. What's your love language? What's your love language? Actually, I don't know what it was. I was like, money? No. No, but she said, no, love language is, there's 5 love language, right? Touch, give, acts of service, quality time. Yeah, word 5. And you're supposed to pick one. Why only one? So get to just pick one, like, oh, my love language is touch. Happy birthday, baby. Poke. Like, that's it. No, right? You're supposed to do all 5, right? And then nowadays, like, if you're on a date, you need to have a fitness level, right? A lot of first dates I've been to, you wanna go running, you wanna go cycling, you wanna go hiking, all because you wanna wear those Lululemon pants. Very comfortable. One time, the first date, this girl bring me go F45. If you all don't know what F45 is, it's a gym, and 45 minutes, you're gonna like, faster and. So hard to date. And I think like in Singapore, single people, we get discriminated against. Right? A bit, right? Because I see all my friends now, all couples, couples will always try to set up their single friends together. Why? Why would they do that? Like, oh, you're still single, ah? I got another friend that's single, and they use the very, very weird way to do that. Oh, you guys are the same age. Oh, you all both like to eat chicken rice. Oh, you have the same face. You got couple face, got the same face. Right? Right? Are you guilty of that? Why is that a thing? Why wouldn't I date someone who looked like me? Like, since young when I grew up, a lot of people say that I look like my mom. And I see the picture, mom? Very weird. And all this, right? I want to work hard, buy a condo, to buy a house before 35 years old, right? Still working on it. And I sit down at MRT. And then this young pregnant lady, she came up to me and looked down on me, both literally and figuratively, looking down. Boy, get up, give me your seat. A bit unfair, right? This young pregnant lady, she already have a husband. She can buy a house. She is married. And now she and her husband got this beautiful baby together. The government also give her baby bonus. So much happiness. I still have to give her my seat for her. Like, lady, I'm already homeless. Now you're gonna make me seatless. No. If you're gonna sit on my lap. Make me happy too. Alright guys, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jon. Round of applause for Jon. Well, I'm great. I heard some of the jokes before, but it's quite funny.
I agree a bit.
So you're still single since the last time you made the same jokes?
Yes, unfortunately.
Is it because if you get attached, you have to change your jokes to attached jokes?
Yeah.
That takes a bit of hard work.
Yeah. I mean, I used like a few months to write this joke, so
okay.
I'm gonna
So stay single for a while first.
Yeah.
I want to work hard again. Well, Jon, we actually want to like dive deeper into interviewing you as well, and just like having a conversation. Like, to start off, how do you even get into stand-up comedy?
I think the first time I watched stand-up comedy was like when I was like secondary school. There was this video of Russell Peters going around, and I was very inspired.
Oh, Russell Peters.
Russell Peters,
Wait,
yes.
do you guys know who he is? Yeah, I watched before. So.
Yeah. And after that, I tried stand-up comedy actually when I was like 18 or 19.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was really bad at it. I remember going up and then it was like silence for 5 minutes. And I went up like 3 more times and then I stopped completely doing stand-up comedy.
Oh my gosh.
And only until recently, like a year ago, then I started doing it again.
As in, you went on stage and there was silence when you delivered your jokes?
Yeah.
Wow. How did that feel?
It was quite traumatizing. Yeah. It's quite traumatizing. But I still felt proud in a way because I managed to do what I wanted to do. But it set me off like 10 years to finally gather enough courage to come up and do it again.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just curious, right? Anybody here has fear of public speaking before? Really? Wow. I'm very, very surprised. Most people have fear of public speaking before. Yeah, I mean, same as well. I've actually had a similar incident happen to me where it was my first year at university, and at that point in time, people already knew me as the person that MCs. So there's even more pressure because I need to live up to my name, and it's your first year in uni, you want to be, I don't know, like you want to be popular, you want to be known, you want to fit in. And it was one of my modules, which was a speech and argumentation module. So there was a compulsory exercise that will be graded, and I need to go to the front of the stage and take a topic out of the bag and answer on the spot. And I was so nervous because firstly it's graded, and secondly, if let's say I fail, then people are gonna think that I'm a fraud because I've been emceeing for so many years, and that sort of like was my identity. And of course my worst fears happened. You know, I went to the front of the stage and I completely blanked out. Yeah, and I blanked out for like 5, 10, well, I think it felt like an hour, but I think it was only like 3 minutes. And every single minute I blanked out, my grade would drop. Yeah. So after I think 2 to 3 minutes, I finally muttered out a word. But as I was walking back, I just felt like it was a literal walk of shame. Everybody was silent. They weren't even looking at me. They were just like, oh shit. You know? Yeah, and that was traumatizing. I think that stopped me from like using my voice or speaking up for at least a year or so. Yeah. And how do you get out of that then? How do you then find the courage after like 10 years to start, you know, speaking again?
I didn't fully get out of it, as in like stand-up comedy is still my passion. I'll stick on like watching stand-up comedy, and I was still interested in comedy in a way. So I think a stepping stone is actually I was doing improv for a while. Yeah. So like do a bit of comedy there, performance, and also like through your on your voice.
Yeah, you came for my my bootcamp
program,
and everything.
The bootcamp, gather enough courage, and then I finally get into the open mic. But now I think stand-up comedy is also if you have like life experiences, it's easier for you to like tell funny stories. So I guess it's thankful in a way that now I'm finally getting back into it now. So I got enough experiences to tell on stage.
Yeah, but if we were to dig deeper, right, I think after you have a traumatizing experience of having no one laugh at your jokes, which I think for a comedian would seem like the worst possible failure ever.
Yeah.
How did you even like get that courage to try it again instead of just leave it behind? What was urging you to do it? I mean, you have a job, you know, like what was urging you to take time out to practice that craft?
Yes, it was a mixture of both passion as well as the comedy community. The comedy community in Singapore, they are very supportive. And if you do stand-up comedy, you will also know that actually dying on stage, as we call it, where there's silence on stage, is a process. Because every time you do a new joke, you're trying out, and it might not work. So you will have that silence as well. So you need to, the community recognizes it, and then they encourage people to do like new jokes, and to basically encourage you to die on stage, because that's
encourage you to die on stage.
That's the way you grow as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, and I feel like each and every one of us, right, we can really think about how this philosophy can be put into our life, right? When we try something new, there will always be imperfections, there will always be moments of failure, and it's so important to find a community where you can feel okay to fail in front of. And that is probably not in your workplace, you know, like if you want to try something new, if you want to start maybe even improving your public speaking, for example, finding a community where you feel safe to use your voice, or you feel safe to do that new hobby, that new skill, is very, very important. Yeah. And it's okay to die. Because you will rise from the ashes and shine again.
Yeah, and it also encourages me that like you see sometimes experienced comedians with like 10 years, 20 years experience still go out on stage, try new jokes, and still dying also.
Wow.
So that really,
like people who are really experienced and they still have that happen to them.
Because crafting a new joke, like, because you know what you're good at, so you want to improve yourself, you try a new angle, you try a new way to write.
So that you know what you just said, right, is something that is very important to remember for life. Every time we pursue a new goal or we want to go to a next level, there will be fear and there will be potential risk of failure. And the only way to always succeed is to be safe and not try anything new. Like these comedians, they don't try new jokes and always stick to their old stuff and know that it always works, but they won't grow. And it takes that courage to try something new or take a new challenge, even if there's a risk for failure. Do you think it's rewarding to try something new, or to like go back into comedy even though you have like failed and died before?
Yeah, it's rewarding to know that now I have certain jokes that can work, that can bring around and then I perform everywhere.
Yeah.
And also that is a process. It's a never-ending process in comedy.
There's a mastery of a craft that you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you actually entered the comedy scene, you were this newbie, and there were already so many experienced comedians. How do you find your place in the space?
How do I find my place?
Because you're like brand new. I mean, I imagine myself in your shoes, right? If let's say I was a new comedian and I went in and I see all these comics that already have their brand and they're delivering these great jokes, it's kind of scary to go in and try, right? There's a lot of fear. How do you feel going in? Like, how do you find your unique angle as well?
For the angle wise, I basically just try anything that's funny that comes from my life experiences. I think everyone's life experience is different, so you have your own jokes that you can tell. Everyone of you here can tell a joke, right? But I guess the community itself also encourages new people to try new stuff every time. So that helped a lot. So I guess finding your own group, because within the community itself, I guess I found like-minded people that write jokes a certain way, or they like to perform in a certain way, and they encourage me, gave me tips and all that. So that's how I found my space.
Yeah. There's someone that actually shared and asked a question in the chat. Are you worried that nobody would laugh when you write jokes? Like, do you still get nervous before the show?
Yeah. Always get nervous. Because I think you have to be a bit nervous for the show to go well.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Because if you are not nervous, it's like a bit of like apathy, I guess. Right. So you need to have like that kind of energy, you know.
If you are worried about how something would go, if you're a little bit nervous about how something would go, it means you actually care about that thing.
Yeah.
And actually, if you think about it, that means that whatever that you feel nervous about will give you a hint on what your passion is.
Yeah, definitely.
That's actually pretty reassuring. Because like, if there's anything in your life that you're feeling a little bit worried about going into, it means that you care about it, right? And it means that maybe it's worth working on. Yeah. With that, I also like to ask, how do you kind of juggle between like your side hustle, you would call it, or your passion and work?
Oh, I guess work for me is it's a 9 to 5 job. I sell slippers.
He actually does.
Yeah. Check me out, Lazada, Shopee. Yeah, but it's a pretty stable, I guess, job, which is I'm thankful for. Yeah, I sell Havianas, Ipanimas, if you guys want. Special discount coming soon. But yeah, so the job is 9 to 5. So after the job, I'm doing the like. Sometimes you have to do operations, right? Pack the slippers for y'all. Then I'll think of jokes in the meantime. Yeah.
And that's how you marry like your passion into your work as well.
Yeah.
And I think the beautiful thing about this is not everybody gets to do their passion as a form of a job, but it is possible to find ways to still pursue your passion within the spaces of your 9 to 5. Yeah, or maybe even use that experience in your 9 to 5 to, put it into your passion as well.
Yeah, because I guess for me it's a way for me to find creative fulfillment in my life. Because it's the job itself is very operational based, so I don't get to like have creative fulfillment from that. So I'll point on more of my creative energies into stand-up.
Why is creative fulfillment important?
It's just, I don't know, it's just a need for me. for me to express myself, as well as I guess it's how my brain thinks. Like I need to find like different angles, different ways, and I like things to be funny, so that's what I do.
Okay, someone asked, who are your favorite comedians, local and foreign?
Oh, local. I like. There are lots of people. I really like Jackie Ng, if you guys know him. And then there is of course Fakafas, Rishi Budrani, Jing Seo. If you guys want to watch local comedians, we need more support from the local space, local scene. Yeah, can come down to East Coast Comedy. They perform there. International comedians, I like Dave Chappelle, Ronnie Chang. Yeah, he was here recently.
Yeah, he was here recently.
Yeah, so Jackie Ng opened for him. Yeah. And I think their stand-up is getting more and more popular now in Netflix, so there are more specials coming up. Yeah, I'll go there and watch once in a while, see who's up and coming.
And for a final question, where do you see your like stand-up career moving forward? Like, is it just gonna be a side hustle, or do you hope to one day like have your own show?
Yeah, like you, I want to have to one day have my own show, but yeah, I'll see where it takes me. Currently, I'm what you call a feature act, which means I open for maybe some of the comedians in the scene, in the local scene, when they're doing their bigger shows. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to, if I write maybe an hour-long comedy set, hopefully I'll then perform it live. Yeah, so can follow me.
Yeah, you finally changed your, did something with your Instagram.
Yeah. I haven't posted any comedy bits yet, but soon.
Soon. After this show, then you cut the bits out.
Yeah.
No, but actually I'm really proud of you, Jon, because the thing is when Jon, when I first knew Jon, he really did not want to use the mic, and yeah, so I mean maybe because of what has happened in the past, maybe because it's been a long while since you have tried your hand at comedy as opposed to just watching it, and seeing how you took the first step to go into the comedy community, to learn from the people that you mentioned, like Jinx, you mentioned a couple of people, Rishi and all that. They are in the same, they have been performing in East Coast Comedy Club as well. So literally surrounding yourself with people who are good and learning from them to slowly get better, and now like performing yourself. I think that it is scary, but for you to take the first step to do it and seeing how you're so consistent in doing it is really very inspirational. And I know you get your own show someday if you want. Do you think so?
Thank you.
Emma will be the loyal fan. Okay, is there any final advice that you give to someone who is just starting something out for the first time, but they're feeling a little bit scared and reserved?
Pursue it with all your passion, because life is so short, right? Like why keep fear from doing the things that you love? Yeah, and after at least try for 1 year. I think 1 year you have a very vastly different view of of where you are right now. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, give it your all for a year and then decide.
Yeah.
But make sure you give it your all, right?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much, Jon. Guys, give a round of applause to Jon. Thanks so much for performing for us and also sharing your journey. Yay!